Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Well, hell's bells. As you can tell, the last 3 or 4 days we've been out cutting wood, which has been good because now we have enough wood to get through the winter. And in the next couple of days, PG&E, or our electric company, is going to turn the power off to this entire area. And it's good because we're not going to have any huge wildfires like we have had in the past. But it's not so good because my shop is dead. There's no internet. There's nothing. We got a little generator just to run the refrigerator and stuff, and that's it. So, double-edged sword. We're not going to burn down the entire forest, and we're inconvenienced for a couple of days. I'm going to try to get this video out before that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it or not, because they just gave us the warning, and it's sometime in the next 24 hours. So, that all said, here we go to the next step. A guy walked in the other day. He dropped a tie rod on me. He says, I can't find this tie rod anywhere, and it's broken in half, and I need a new one made. And I went, oh, cool, because it's a perfect video for YouTube. So I started filming it. I got it all done. The tie rod's done and gone, and put it in my computer. I edited a bunch of the videos to get it ready, and today I went to set it up to upload it to YouTube, and about half of the filming, at least in this first segment, is gone. I can't find it anywhere. So you're not going to get that introduction. But at the same time, the first half of the video was basically a kind of a setup anyhow. So what you're going to do is step into where I start actually machining and going from there. This first video is going to be a little shorter because 15 minutes of it disappeared. And so, just stick with me. We're going to have fun anyhow. This is a very cool project. In the beginning, it's kind of, just basically cutting and threading and stuff like that. But later on, there's some bends that have to be made that are pretty cool, and a tapered hole. So, stick with me. We're going to have some fun. And guess what? There's no sound on top of it. This is like the video from hell for me. But hey, I'll just overdub it, and we'll just go on like normal. So right now we're cutting the shaft. We took about 1.5 inch shaft, and we're going to cut it down to about, I can't remember, 1 inch or something like that. And then the part that you're seeing now is we're threading, or we're setting up to do a thread. And it needs to be a fairly accurate thread, and also at the same time I'm checking to see if there's a taper. And there is a slight taper, but I think it's good enough that we can get away with it. So I didn't adjust the tailstock. And we're going to take a 45 at the end, and it doesn't have to be an exact 45, but just a little bit of a chamfer. And we're ready to start threading. So here I'm hunting up a thread cutting bit, and I just got to sharpen it just a little bit, and but the angles are correct, so we're just going to kind of kiss it on the wheel and take it to a sharp again. A couple of minutes later, we're back, and guess what? Um, Another piece of the video didn't happen. This is a disaster video. Uh, but we did the threads. They came out great. And you can see here I'm spinning the nut on to give it a test. And it's fairly tight. There's no looseness to it. And now on the back side, it's slightly looser than the front side, because, of course, there was a slight taper in there. I think it was a thou and a half or so. And but it's tight. It's going to be in good shape. I'm happy, and we're gonna continue moving forward. And here you can get an idea of the piece of material they started with and what's left. But it had to be that thick of a piece of material because, as you're going to see in a few minutes, the um, the tip of the tie rod is much thicker. Here, in its grand fuzziness, I'm trying to explain what I need to do. And by the way, there's the tie rod, the old one. And so we need to heat that up and make a couple of bends. And as you can see, and then the end of the tie rod is thicker and flat. And here you can see how wide the tie rod needs to be, and the hole in the end, which is a tapered hole. And if I remember correctly, it was like 7.5 degrees or something like that. Okay, Nick, enough with showing what we're gonna do. Let's just get to it and do it. Here I'm trying to show how I'm going to have to smash the end of it, heat it up, and then smash the end of it in order to get it to be wide enough to run the hole through. All right, we're going to fire up the torch and go fast forward a little bit and heat this beast up and make our first bend, which is pretty kind of a random bend. Doesn't really matter where it's at. The next two bends or the next one bend is going to have to be fairly accurate though. And I'm using this old piece of shit Chinese vise that keeps rotating on me. And but I got this vise from my dad when he died some years back, and so I keep using it. Hey, it's got some memories. And the bend is just about right, so I'm going to go just a little bit further, and damn if I don't go just a bit too far. So, but it's not too difficult. Once you get it cherry red like that, it's pretty soft material to bend. And so there's where I'm checking it, and I go, oh, damn, I went just a little too far. So just bring it back, and we're ready to go on to the next phase. But then we're working with that piece of shit Chinese vice, and it keeps wanting to rotate on me. So I got my foot up there, whatever else it takes to keep that thing in shape. And I think I moved it just enough to give me the right angle. Here, finally frustrated with the Chinese vice that's not going to um, stay in one place, I turn the thing around and fire up the torch again. And let's make that bend. Okay, one last little tweak, and I think we're going to pull it right into place, and everybody's going to be happy. Okay, you got it, Nick. Can we just move on here? Oh, we got to explain it again, how we're going to do it. But, okay. So now we take it over to the shop press. We heat that ball up on the end, and we smash the hell out of it. Now, before we do that, I realized that there's a certain angle that has to come into play here. So I took that piece of plate that you see there, and I milled it to the exact angle. And the angle was like pretty minor, as you can see. And then the other end, I realized that when I made the bend, it was going to affect the threads. So I had to cut that other angle there, and so that the threads wouldn't hit. But it took maybe 15 minutes to do that. No big deal. And now we've got a platform for the new rod to sit on, and so we can bend it. And I just explained how the shop press is going to smash the end just a little bit. I just needed to come out an eighth of an inch bigger, and then also at the same time we're going to make that final bend. So here we've dropped it off the edge. We've set the whole thing up, and we're heating the ball on the end. Well, it's gonna be a ball, and getting ready to take it to a bend. So we drop it in the shop, under the ram of the shop press, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, no problem. It's going to smash the hell out of it, and we'll be in perfect, great shape. And as you can see coming up, if I smash it, it makes the bend beautifully. Ah, look at that. But the press doesn't have enough power to really take it too much further than that. So let's give it another try. Heat it back up and put it underneath the ram a little more quickly. Okay, we almost got it back up to cherry red. And this time we're going to take the torch in with us underneath the ram. We'll heat the ram up a little bit, but it's not going to be that much. But we're going to keep a nice, brilliant red on the ball at the end. Okay, turn the ram on, get my arm in the way, and slide that sucker underneath. And try it again. And as you can see, it's not going to really do a whole lot of pressure. Of course, my hand's in the way, so you can't see that, but it really didn't work that well. This has been a horrible disaster of a video, but hey, you got the basics, and there's like 3 or 4 more videos to come, and they all have sound, and they're all complete. And hey, there's more to come. Hang in there with me. This is Nick Collier. Check it out.